Mr. Matt Light from the New England Patriots. And Matt, thank you, sir, for coming on the program tonight.
Hey, glad to be back on with you.
First of all, I just have to mention the game this week. Fantastic finish. You guys had me worried a little bit. I was doing a show and trying to follow along online at the same time, but you guys pulled it out. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. It sure wasn't pretty, but we had a lot of fun there towards the end, and I think it was just a great job of everybody staying focused and doing their job and just out executing Buffalo there at the end. But it was a well fought game, and from what I hear, pretty exciting to watch on the broadcast.
I'm sure not nearly as exciting as it was being a part of it. Kind of like the event that we're having you here tonight to talk about. You've got a great event coming up September 29th, the Matt Light 2009 Celebrity Shootout. Can you tell us about this?
Yeah, we came up with a model where we thought people could have a lot of fun getting out and enjoying the sporting clays game with celebrities and mixing them out there. So I have a lot of my teammates that support our foundation, and they come out and they shoot the course, and everybody shows up at Addyville East Farm, which is a great location with a great sporting clays course, and in a lot of times these people have never had a gun in their hand before. They're not avid outdoorsmen. A lot of them are from corporate America here in the Boston area. But every time they come, and now this is our 5th year, they leave, and a lot of them end up joining a club somewhere in their neighborhood. And I hear from their wives, they say, well, great, now my husband's not only golfing, but he's buying shotguns and going down and shooting at his local club. So I think it's opened up a lot of eyes, to the outdoors and the shooting sports, and really it's done a great job of helping us grow as a foundation and really bring in some great dollars through fundraising in a unique way.
And I want to talk about the foundation in just a second, but I want to go back to what you said, because I was born in Massachusetts. I grew up in Oklahoma, so I grew up in a state in which firearms ownership wasn't uncommon. In fact, it was probably more uncommon to not own a gun. And it would be very easy for you, Matt, to do a golf tournament or do some other event, but for you to, as you say, open up the eyes of residents of Massachusetts. I imagine for a lot of folks in the Boston area, the only time they see a gun mentioned on the news, unless we're talking about an event like yours, is when a crime is committed with one. And so for you to be able to give people that experience of shooting a gun and seeing really what the Second Amendment is all about, as opposed to the illegal use of firearms, I got to commend you for that. I think that's tremendous.
Well, I appreciate it. I tell you, it's been a real learning experience for me. I grew up in the Midwest, and not much unlike yourself. Everybody back home would have a firearm for hunting or just target practice, or it was handed down from a relative, and guns weren't viewed as a negative. And then I came here, going on my my 9th year here in New England, and it was a whole different story. It was hard for me to bring my guns here. I had to get a license to carry. I had to go through the whole process, something that I wasn't real familiar with, because to have a shotgun growing up when you're 13 years old wasn't a big deal, but you couldn't carry a shotgun in your vehicle or even have it at your home here in the state of Mass without going through the proper channels. So when we did this event, I think it did a lot to really open up the eyes of people and to show them that you can have a lot of fun with a firearm as long as you're safe with it, and safety comes first, and you have proper education, which we give them out there on the course. Then they feel comfortable, they don't fear it, and they see that guns don't always mean there's a negative thing happening. And in this case, we're able to raise a lot of money that goes directly to impact kids all across the country, and it's been a real winner for us.
Yeah, the Light Foundation. This is the foundation that you started. What made you decide that you wanted to do a foundation, and what made you decide to help kids in this country?
I've been blessed to have a platform in which I can impact a lot of people in a positive way. When kids look at the NFL, they look up to the players, they look up to the guys that they see out there on Sunday, and I just felt like if there's something that I could do to give back and help help out, then I need to do it. And I was blessed to have a family that feels the same way, and they're very supportive in every aspect of the foundation, and we've got great board members and people. So it was a really easy decision for me. And at the heart of it all was the fact that I enjoy being in the outdoors. I love everything there is to do with the outdoors and the sports that go along with it. So, and I felt like as a kid, one of the things that I gravitated towards were all the programs that they had for kids in the outdoors. And I felt like you just didn't see it as much these days. And kids really needed an avenue, an outlet to really express themselves and to be unique and creative. And I think the outdoors is a perfect example of that. And so through the foundation, we're able to create now an outdoor camp for kids. It's over 400 acres. There's miles and miles of trails, and there's a primitive campsite that's set up. We had 12 kids from across the country that just took advantage of it for the first time this summer. So we've got a really neat facility where we do all kind of outdoor activities, whether it's shooting sports or archery. We do youth hunts. We've done a lot of turkey hunts and whitetail hunts, and we just get kids in the outdoors, and we let them experience the things that a lot of us grew up with and that they don't get a chance to do anymore because, I mean, let's face it, a lot of people are just too busy to get their kids in the outdoors.
Yeah, yeah. Well, again, I can't thank you enough for all of the work that you're doing. It's great to see somebody like yourself, just get so involved in an issue like this. And coming up again, September 29th, is that when the Matt Light Celebrity Shootout takes place?
Yeah, it's, September 29th down at Addieville East Farms, and everybody can get information at mattlight72.com. We'll get everything for sign up and information on the event. I'll tell you, the other thing that's great too is that the gun companies here in New England have stood behind us now for 5 years, and whether it's Ruger or Smith & Wesson or Remington or Sig Sauer, I mean, these companies have been behind us from day one and really supporting what we do in the cause and this event, obviously. And I can't say enough thanks for them and what they've done for us. And I think that that's another thing that gets overlooked too. All the programs that these companies have in place to give back to the the youth of America, it's incredible.
Absolutely. Well, I am still hoping that we can bring a camera up there on the 29th and get to see you in person. But if we don't get to do that, thank you again, Matt, for coming on the program, and best of luck to you, sir.
Well, if you can't bring a camera, bring a shotgun, and we'll have some fun either way.
All right, Matt Light, thanks again for coming on the program tonight. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, Jeff.
Matt Light joining us from the New England Patriots here on NRAnews.com and Sirius Patriot 144.